The past 12 hours just has not gone my way. And I wake up this morning and there is rain in the forecast. Oh man, not what I wanted today because I want to get some grass cut, turn to hay, and bring into here. Started last night bringing the wool down to the store. The wool would not sell, so I left a note at the store saying I could not sell the wool. And then I decided, well, let me bring on down one of the straw pellet pallets down to that sell point. And I'll just sell one of those to make sure that's working. And these are not selling at the other sell point either. So then I tried the eggs. The eggs would not sell down there either. I did try a little bit of grain. The grain will sell, but pallets will not sell at all. So I left a note down at the store just saying, well, it's not just the wool. I'm having a problem with all the pallets at both sell points. These require their own little sell point that they have down there at the store, the straw pellets and the hay pellets. Those would not sell, like I said. And I tried bringing the eggs down, and we got the wool down there. Yeah, so the pallets are not selling. It doesn't matter what kind of a pallet it is, what's in the pallet, just not selling at all. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll let the store try to figure that out for me, hopefully, because now I got wool that I cannot sell, I got eggs I cannot sell, and I got pellets that I cannot sell. And I spent all this cash on to make pellets because the store requires it. So then, yeah, I went down there, and of course I was down there this morning because my butterfly mower came in, so I hitched that up. I also bought something else. That's when I found out the Fendt 1000. You know, when you're buying something new, something expensive, you always overlook something. There's something missing on the front of the Fendt 1000. Well, I shouldn't say it's missing. It just doesn't come with it. There's no PTO shaft on the front of a Fendt 1000, which I did not know. So, originally I was going to be mowing in the front and pulling the tedder behind to ted the grass. Well, there's no PTO shaft on the front, so the mowers are going to have to go in the back. So that means a couple of passes either way. That's the way my day's starting out, and of course the rain's coming. I'm going to get this hitched up and we're going to go mow some grass. The autonomous tractor is in one of the big fields weeding already. The autonomous tractor spent a lot of the afternoon, well, early evening last night. Yeah, this is the other tricky thing, because now, with these two so close, when I try to attach the hoses, sometimes it attaches the back ones. There we go. I think I got it all set. Let me pull out of here and we'll get to mowing with the butterfly mower before the rain gets. So yeah, I got the field right down over here. That's got some oats in it, and of course now it's growing with some weeds. And of course I planted some canola. Well, it planted canola over here, and that's got weeds as well. But I also spent a little bit of cash as well. So with all the silage I have here, doing it with a bucket by yourself and having to unhitch the trailer, load up the bucket into the trailer, all that fun stuff, I decided to spend it was like 35 grand for a belt. So now I can just come over here with a tractor trailer and let the belt load up the trailer. That should help me out quite a bit. Oh man, I hope this rain holds off long enough so I can get some hay going. So yeah, the pellets, not the pellets, the pallets, unable to sell those, so I'm not really quite sure what's happening there. But anyways, I need to get some work done. Hopefully the store can figure that out. No, I was doing it right. Come on. Roll on down. There we go. See if I got everything hitched on up. Must be I do. No, I don't want it as a swath. Can I change that while it's running? Where's those levers? There we go. Finally got it all figured out. Couldn't remember how to change it from widespread to swath dropping. You can do it from right inside the tractor. I was trying to go out and move the levers over by myself. What I need to do though is I need to come back over here with the like a plow and put like a section around the field so I can see exactly where the field actually is, because it's like grass on grass right now. So it's a little difficult to kind of tell where the field is. I mean, you can kind of tell where there's no weeds and everything, but Or maybe I just need to come over with a plow or landscape around the field, like a path, a little slight path around the field. But this morning, I'm in kind of a hurry to get this kind of done. Yeah, so if I cannot sell pallets anymore, I'm not sure. That's going to cut into my profits quite a bit with the eggs and the wool and the pellets. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping the store can figure that out. And yeah, and of course, me trying to cut grass and ted at the same time is not going to work either. With the setup I have here, that's not a big deal breaker because it's not going to take me long to mow this grass that's here. But in the future, if I wanted to go ahead and make a lot of hay, I'll figure it out in the future. I don't want to trade in the Fendt 1000 just because of that. This doesn't matter how I mow the field because it's all going to be tedded and turned into grass anyways. And my tablet is telling me the autonomous tractor is done weeding the first field this morning. Now all those fields are going to require some fertilizer as well. Well, except the field he just did, or it just did, because I spread fertilizer down before we put lime down. So that field that it just weeded should be good to go until harvest. I also got to pay off about $20,000 more to loan last night as well. So that's a good thing. But I mean, I did spend like a, 30 grand for this butterfly mower. No, sorry, 30 grand, 35 grand for the belt for the silage bunker. These were like 40 grand for the butterfly mower. Yeah, so in the future when I mow grass and just want to collect grass for silage, I can put it into a swath dropping and then go around with the loading wagon afterwards and pick it up. It'd be a lot easier. That way I don't have to row it on up. So try to get this done as quickly as we can before the rain hits today. Luckily this grass is pretty much dry, so I just got to turn over quickly and it'll probably turn into hay. But when I go back, I'll have to move the autonomous tractor on down to the next field to get weeding. The autonomous tractor, I guess, will be busy most of the day weeding and probably fertilizing. I think I'll be just doing this, and I may be just doing this. And trying to get some hay pellets to the sheep and to the horses to top them off. Yeah, I'm not going to have much income today other than the solar panels, which may not get too much cash if it's going to rain. But hopefully they bring enough cash to begin with before the rain hits. So I need to ted this, then windrow it, and then get the Primos out and go ahead and make some pellets and bring it to the pellet factory, and that can start making. Now the only thing I don't know is it's almost like a full pallet of straw pellets. If I put hay pellets in there, I don't know what's going to happen. So I got to see if I can figure out how to clear out that pallet, or is it going to just like spit out the pallet that's left? I'll have to look into it. I did not read that part of the brochure, so hopefully I can figure it out. Alright, so the grass is all mowed. Went on down, moved the autonomous tractor over down to the field closest to the store, so it's weeding that one. Now I got the tedder all ready to go. I need to check on the price of silage, because last night I did check on the price of silage and that was going up, so I want to check on that to see what the price is today. Get some income in. Income is always good at this point. But priorities first today. Now, I do realize this tractor is way overpowered for what I'm doing here, but time I got the other one all set to go, I'm like, this one's already running. I'm in it. Let's go ahead and ted it. Now, also, I was going to leave a letter in the mailbox last night for, quote-unquote, the farm owner about me being 50% owner of the farm itself, but since I don't know who I am and how to sign it, I was going to kind of bring that to him that I really don't know who I am, but I figured, how about I ask them who they are first? because they haven't signed no papers, and not once have they really said who they were. So I just inquired a little bit about them. I just didn't come out and say, well, who are you? I said, well, before we become business partners with someone, I think we need to get to know each other a little bit more, which is kind of strange, because then I asked some questions about him or them or whoever. But of course, then at some point they're going to come back and ask questions about me, and that will probably, it's either going to benefit my favor by just come out and tell the truth, or it's going to bite me in the butt because I don't know who I am. But basically, what I'm doing there is just stalling. That's all I'm doing is stalling here. And I also brought up to them about the store problem as well, so maybe they have something they can tell me about the store issues. Well, it's not just it's not just one sell point; it's two sell points, and yeah, I can't quite figure it out at this current time. But the one thing I do need to figure out is get this hay all taken care of this morning before the rain comes. Now, I thought about getting the windrower I'm about ready to use. I thought about getting a bigger one, but the problem is a bigger windrower is just going to leave bigger swaths, and the Primos cannot handle big swaths as it is. So I figured, well, let's just go with one that's a decent size. It'll all work in my favor. Maybe. Something needs to go right. I mean, as the farm goes, the farm is doing great. But as for me personally, not knowing who I am, and now lately can't sell things, and then I went ahead and purchased a tractor that does not have a PTO shaft on the front. That was kind of a weird thing. It took me a while to realize why I hooked up the mower to the front this morning and got it all hooked up to the single mower that we already had. It's like, why isn't this mower not working? Then I'm like, I did attach the PTO shaft, right? And I said, I remember attaching it, and then that's when I realized, no, you didn't attach it because there's not a place to attach it to. I'm like, all right, well, it'll go on the back at least. Okay, it does. It works. Yeah, so originally, like I said, I wanted to have the mowers in the front and this phone's behind, and that way it would just save one step. I can mow and tent at the same time, but okay. It's not going to take up too much of my time, but oddly enough, now I'm in a rush because the rain's going to be showing up any time now. But the good news is this grass was pretty dry because it hasn't rained in a while. So just by turning it over, it's pretty much dry already. So now I just need to windrow it and hurry up and get the Primos in here and pick it up and bring it to the factory. Alright, detach the PTO shaft, unhitch that. Just spin over here. Attach that. PTO shaft. Let's get that put in the rows. But the curiosity does have me. I'm going to quickly check on the price of silage today just to see what it's going for. $2.18. That's a pretty darn good price. Yeah, so when I went down to pick up the butterfly mower this morning, my note was gone about the store not being able to accept pallets. There was no return note where I left it, and a few times the store has left letters in my mailbox, and there was nothing in the mailbox this morning. My letter was gone to the owner, so they got the letter about me asking them who they are. All right, let's go ahead and put this hay into rows. I feel like I'm crunched on time here, which I kind of am, but in a way I got all day to do things, but just not this. And I wanted to get it done just because I want to give the horses some hay. I mean, I could just pick up the hay and bring it to them. I'm also thinking about, not this time, so I'm in a little bit of a hurry, but in the future, I'm going to use a loading wagon. So next time I do straw, which will be in a couple days for the oats, I'm going to take the straw, some loose straw, pick it up with a loading wagon. I'm going to probably put it in the bays inside the pellet factory. So I got, I think it's 3 empty bays. The reason why I want to do that is that way if I ever need some loose straw for the horses or any other animals at the current time, instead of waiting for me to having to harvest the field, I'll have some loose straw available for me in emergency situations. Same thing with some hay, because eventually if I do get cows here and I need to make Tilmex rations, they're going to just require hay alone. So just having a little bit of loose hay and loose straw in available for me to take whenever I need it would not be a bad idea. But this time I'm making hay, it's going to be all pellets because I don't need loose hay to feed the cows because I don't have none. So I definitely need to sell that silage today. I think it's 250,000 liters that we have sitting in that bunker, so I can do that while it's raining. The belt is definitely going to help me do that a little bit quicker. Nothing wrong with doing it with a bucket, but I just thought, you know, the cash is coming in good. It would have been nice to pay off. I think I had like 90 grand last night before I bought the butterfly mower and the belt system. And I thought, well, it'd be really good to take the 90 grand and pay off the loan, but I said, you know, I only got to earn $50,000 a day for the next month and we'll be fine. So I said, well, the butterfly mower is something I do need to do the hay. Well, it's not like I do need it, but it definitely helps out. And the belt is definitely going to help out for doing silage. Just make it a lot easier. I can just back up the tractor and put the trailer underneath the belt and load it up, and I don't have to keep detaching the tractor from the trailer and load it with a bucket. I mean, I could put the trailer on this tractor here and use the favorite to load up the trailer, but yeah, it just seemed more. Well, I don't know what the best word to use here is, but definitely going to be a lot faster just by using the belt system, I think. And for 30 grand, I'll make that money back just by selling the silage that's sitting there. So this grass field here, it's not always going to be just to make hay. I can always cut it up and just use it to put in the silage bunker and compact it. Well, I have plenty of hay pellets for the sheep and the horses for a while, and since I can't sell it at the current stage, I may have them for a while. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Well, just as I started making some hay pellets, the sun's peeking through a little bit more. But I don't know how long that's going to last for. The autonomous tractor is now in a different field, weeding that one. And after I get some of that, I'll have one more field to go. Then I can kind of put the fertilizer spreader on that and get it going on fertilizing the fields. As for creating the field down by the sheep today, I don't think I'm going to get to that. I don't think I want to be subsoiling some dirt while it's raining out. Might be a good day actually to get the chainsaw out when the rain comes, and maybe the trailer, and head on down to the field and maybe get rid of the trees that are in the field so I don't have to worry about that. I'm hoping to get a full load here, because I am kind of curious what's going to happen when I unload it into the factory, since I got a pallet pretty much full of straw pellets, but it did not empty on out or push it out. So I don't know, just load this thing up, bring it to the factory, and see what happens. Alright, so with a full load here in the Chrome Primos, first thing I'm going to do is give the horses some hay pellets. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this through the fence, but never hurts to try. Oh, that will unload. Will it? Is it? Yeah, it's unloading. I don't know how much they're going to require. Probably around 6,000 liters. It's a lot of hay for 2 horses for 10 days, but that's weird. It's saying, okay, I've only unloaded 2,000 liters of pellets, but it's showing I've given them almost That's because you're on sheep right now. That doesn't help out, now does it? No. So it shows I've given him 8,000 liters, but I've only given him actually 2. So when I make pellets, I guess it compacts it a little bit, I suppose. Well, the horses should be happy. They got some hay now. Alright, I should have the doors already open, which it is. And the problem is, this takes some precise backing up in here, and I'm not the best at driving, period. So before I get in too far, okay, now that I'm in, let's go ahead and unfold that. It's kind of bad that that little section right there isn't lined up with the door. Alright, so the question I have is what's going to happen here? Well, the hopper's going up and it's filling up with... Okay, that is a hay pallet. Well, that's not a hay pallet. Those are hay bags. I am kind of curious to see. Just got to wait for another bag to show up. What is going to happen here? So it's going to have a mix on it? I suppose it's not too bad. And it's starting to rain. Well, I guess I got the first load in at the correct time. So that answers my question. It's going to be a mix. What is it calling it though? It says straw pellets, 2,000 liters. But the top is actually... Wait, did it convert it over to straw? Alright, so it converted it all over to straw. Alright. That's fine. So I may have to go pick up the rest of the hay later on. I don't know if I should do it in the rain. It's not raining too hard at the moment. Maybe I go pick up some more while before the hay gets too wet. And then I'll probably have to leave it there for a couple days. Wait, don't forget to fold in your... There you go. Let that factory keep on running. The autonomous tractor is done weeding this field. I should get it over to the other field. Actually, I think I'll leave that hay there for a while. Maybe get it tomorrow. I'll get on board on maybe start selling some of the silage. Alright, so I got the Primos under shelter. That should be fine. I probably need to top it off with some water and some more molasses before I go back and get the rest of that hay. The thing is, the hay is going to sit there and it's not going to do too much. Actually, I don't know where I'm going because my trailer is actually in here. I forgot where the trailer was. And actually, the canola field behind the shed does not have any weeds growing in it yet. So right now I am done with the weeds. So I need to get the fertilizer spreader on that and get that going. But before I do, I'm going to start making some trips on down with some silage, and hopefully the store is taking silage. I'm not sure what the story is with the store. I'm a little nervous now when I bring anything down there. Not sure if it's going to sell or not. But definitely I'm going to use the 1000 here because that is going to easily transport rather than using the favorite, which could transport it fine, just that it's a little bit too much for it, I think. Alright. Yeah, so 250,000 liters of silage here. This is much easier than using a bucket for sure. Let me just go ahead and drive this in a little bit further. That's good. Well, at least 10 trips down there, if not a little bit more. I mean, 10 trips is going to give me 210,000 liters of silage delivered. But I'm wondering how much I'm going to get for one trailer's worth. Alright, so here I am at the store. Well, it seems like it's going to sell because it's saying I can dump the silage here, so that's a good start. So whatever I get here, we'll times it by 10, and that'll be the total I'm probably going to get. 4,500, so I should end up with easily $45,000 from selling silage, and probably a little bit more because I got more than 10 trips to make. Yep, well, there's my molasses for the Chrome Primos. And all of my wool that I left it here so the store can maybe try to sell it themselves, but either they haven't attempted to, but it's only 8 o'clock in the morning, so maybe they, I don't know, maybe they haven't figured it out yet. Yep, so much easier just to pull up with the trailer, drive underneath the belt. Loads up a lot quicker than I could with a bucket. Back on down to the store. Yep, definitely so much easier until the belt runs out of silage to pick up. Between the belt and the Fendt 1000 doing about 50 miles an hour down to the store, I'm going to make quick work of that silo bunker this morning. Which is good because I think, like I talked about, may get the chainsaw out, and where I'm crating the field down here, may take care of the trees that are all in the middle of the field, and that way I can when I get back to crating the field, all the trees will be gone. And I can make some money from the trees as well. I don't know if I want to sell the trees, or I may make some fence lines for the animals. I'm not too sure about that. I'll have to figure that out. If I got the rest of the day, because I'm pretty sure it's going to rain all the way until nighttime.